Taking the road less travelled when my whole world unravels right in front of me. Let my repentance not be hollow. I know some find my apology hard to swallow, thinking I didn't mean it like I used to treat my sister, not trusting her regret, doubting the sincerity of her heart, wanting her to suffer more, not willing to release forgiveness like you did for me. When history took on a whole new course under your direction, changer of the world, exchanging death for life. Now I'm walking by your side. I want to bring you pride, never a single drop of shame again. I know that I haven't always acted like your friend, yet despite my coldness and contempt, you haven't abandoned me yet, or took your hand the blessing of my life. I know there were times when I made it difficult for you to reach me. I turned my volume up to maximum, trying to drown you out, but still you broke through all the angry noise I was making and reached me. The only reason I continue to inhale or exhale is because of you. Cavell of my life, let me now the old man to the cross. Let me be a true reflection of my everlasting gratitude for your willingness to take on your back the punishment for my crimes. You are so sublime, existing outside of time, able to transform my thinking, keep the ship of my soul from sinking, keep my feet from slipping once again into the slough of despondency. I know I acted like a despot, throwing my weight around. I gave you the runaround, kept my love for you submerged underground. What does it say over my wounds? How can I rinse this feeling of dirtiness from inside of me? I know I have the potential to be a source of disappointment and embarrassment to my parents, but I aim to bring them joy and gladness instead. Though I dread the future shaking in my boots, I know it's in your hands. It always has been and it always will be. My soul shall never cease praising you, holy and righteous, omnipotent, omnipresent, the safeguard of my future, and the only one able to prevent my past from crippling my present. Every day is a gift from you, and I aim to use mine for your glory. Let my accuser's lips speak blessings over me instead of cursing. Let me emerge vigilant, ready to carry on fighting for the freedom of these lost souls, still trapped in bad habits and lifestyles that cause them to continue and stumble, making a hash out of their hearts. Stay with me through the battle of wills inside of me. You win victory over sin and death, still struggling to take me over, screaming your holy name, Jehovah. Please come down from heaven now and rescue me. Burn up my sacrifice just like you did for Elijah's offering. I don't have to slash myself to get your attention. You don't need to see me suffering for your eyes to turn in my direction. I don't want to treat you like a casual acquaintance when I'm married to your pure Holy Spirit. You know exactly what I'm trying to accomplish. You see through all my facades and fakeness. You know the real me. The covenant is sealed by your blood, pressed against the envelope with the signet ring of the Holy King of Kings. You inspire over me. I approach you with fear and trembling on bended knee in gratitude for your tender mercy. What does it take? Why does it take a crisis to bring out the holiness in me? Shouldn't I seek your face for this passionately all the time? Shouldn't I always be bowled over by your beauty? Why does it take a crisis? Well, I get why you wouldn't want to have anything to do with me, yet you continue to relentlessly pursue me. It just blows my mind how much you love me. Heaven is so far away from here, and yet you're near to my heart nevertheless. Your love is so dear to me, so expensive and costly. I could never afford the price. Running the race of life with my eyes gazing transfixed upon the crown of my heavenly pride. Kill that parasitic nature in me, that based upon the insecurity of others. There are times when you hide us away from the eyes of the world. You shelter us and protect us, from the spooky nature of humanity, from our tendency to terrorize the neighbors near us, from our constant pendulum swinging back and forth between what is pure and what is putrid, despite my stupid moves, the intelligence in me. Your personality is charismatic, and yet you are not afraid to say things that upset people if you know it will draw them closer to you as a result of your poke around in my psyche and purge me of the influence of the enemy. I know his power over me is waning. You're gaining ground. You're spreading your attentive love all over the world right now. I wasn't the one that went earnestly seeking the collapse of my integrity. I know you are capable of rebuilding it inside of me, enabling me to hold my head up high again, instead of dragging my feet perambulating broken spirit in front crestfallen. There's a dagger in my soul, only you can pull it out. You shout with triumph over me. You have given me all that I require. Let me not twist round this downward spiral any longer. Reinvigorate the mangled remains of my morals, let them thrive again in me. Let your charm there's a dagger in my soul. Only you can pull it out. If you know it will draw them closer to you as a result of your poke around in my psyche and purge me of the influence of the enemy. I know his power over me is waning, you're gaining ground. You are spreading your attentive love all over the world right now. I wasn't the one that went earnestly seeking the collapse of my integrity. I know you are capable of rebuilding it inside of me, enabling me to hold my head up high again, instead of dragging my feet, perambulating broken-hearted and crestfallen. There's a dagger in my soul, only you can pull it out. You shout with triumph over me. You've given me all that I require. Let me not twist around this dark, downward spiral any longer. Reinvigorate the mangled remains of my morals, let them thrive again in me. Lay your claim over my heart. Nobody will ever steal what is yours for life, for real. You know the issues I deal with. You gave me the most precious gift of meekness, comforting me in my moment of weakness, not allowing my multitude of mistakes to define my whole existence. When my grip is slipping on the cliff face, you give me hinds feet in hard places. You see the wreckage of my life. You reassemble all that's damaged. You repair me and prepare me for your sudden return in the blink of an eye, in a furious flash of light. Like a thief in the night, you comfort me with hands of comfort, with abundant love. My lips shall forever praise you. Mighty captain of the heavenly host, commander-in-chief of the angelic armies, the one I turn to in my hour of desperation, the resource from which I draw all wisdom and strength. You take notice of me even when I do nothing worth remembering. You wash away the memory of the unsightly stained rags of my sin. You cover my bones with skin. You keep my organs from collapsing in on themselves. You have drenched me with your benevolence. Throughout your history, you have never failed to remain relevant. I can never discard your love and truth. I have nothing on heaven and earth besides you. I get that I have misrepresented you by making your followers look corrupt, but let others redeem the reputation of your body. I wouldn't want the whole world watching in through my window, but I know you are looking out for me. This experience has been a wake-up call. I realize I can't go on repeating the same patterns of behavior. Hoping to get to heaven on a wing and a prayer. Belly escaping hell's flames by the skin of my teeth, scraping on the heaven's door. Hoping to get to heaven on a wing and a prayer. Barely escaping hell's flames by the skin of my teeth, scraping under heaven's gates with char-grilled wings. That's not how I want to live my life. Living on the edge, playing with fire, pushing your grace to breaking point, living on a knife edge. You give my spirit calmness, let waves of your peace descend on me. Sweep me up in your love, sweet Jesus. Silence the voice of contradiction in my head that argues with every word you ever said. Let your truth make more sense than the twisted reasoning of the liar. Pull me out of those thorns and briars. My soul fell in time after time, again and again. I can feel this weight dragging down heavily on my eyes. Thanks to you, I can find rest, I can find freedom from the pest that bugs me incessantly from sun up to sundown. Nothing will steal my robes of righteousness, not even now. You are crowned with glory and honor. I refuse to cower in the corner. I know you can reach me, though I feel like I'm too far gone. Your love is a paradise beach. You pull me out of danger and keep my spirits safe as houses. Let me no longer wake up breaking out in a cold sweat. Let me not be constantly reminded of these same old ancient regrets. You brought me out of darkness and into the light. You never gave up fighting for my spirit. You are equipped to pull down every stronghold that surrounds and plagues my life. You are my fortress of safety, keeping the enemy from running a ladder tall enough to get to me. Every time he tries, your walls rise higher, beyond his sinister grip. Whatever I took on board long ago, break its power and influence right now. Whatever is causing this devastation in my life, I apologize for any agreements I made with the wicked one, which allowed me to continue to pollute myself. You remain resolute, making astute observations concerning yourself with what to many would be the mundane things. Let boredom never drive me to those devious distractions again. I tread a well-trodden path of individuals unwilling to admit you endured that bloodbath of yourself to give our spirits greater health. So we can be with you in your house of many rooms, so we can see how your miracles are being made manifest and evident in our lives. I don't want I don't want to project my anger at myself onto others. Remind me of that place devoid of error. I know it's rude to stare, but I can't help gazing at you, besotted, amazed and in wonder at your power and your glory. Stomp on the devil's head and you will gain victory. You care for me. You have always been there for me. I know there are times in my life when I have put spending time with you at the bottom of my list of priorities. Now I'm jacking you back up to the top, because I realize that spending time with you is an absolute must if I've got any hope of staying out of hell and reaching heaven. You took my drunken and disheveled mindset, and you clean this dirty dog up with your blood, everlasting in its cleansing benefits. You could have me in fits and hysterics or sobbing my heart out, not just for kicks, because I feel your spirit flowing through me. Though oftentimes I have rejected your company and been reticent to express your magnificence in the company of those who don't possess the knowledge of your marvelousness, I hate to punish you by being so standoffish in regards to you. I know it's in those moments when I want to push you away that you just want to hold me close and reminds me that you still have something great for me waiting just around the corner. You make my life sweeter than the plum pulled out the pie by the little Jack Horner. You save me getting heated from hellfire like a sauna, for which there is no relief from the pressure caused by my own grief. Those many hours I spent on my knees in repentance will result in the payoff. That's redemption from the prison sentence of the spirit I endured, till the day you showed up and cured the disease of my sin sickness. I get discombobulated by difficult circumstances. I allow my thoughts to wander down illicit pathways, till the day you showed, well, yes, it's true, the elect can be deceived, but my future will not be thieved forever. You have redeemed me from the foulest snare. You have prepared a heavenly mansion for me. If I pawned all my possessions but still had you, I would still have everything I need. But if I didn't have you, it would be far too devastating for my heart to bear. I would prefer to be given the electric chair rather than look you in the eyes knowing that I've betrayed you. If I was your follower, I would want to waylay you rather than allow you to do that cross. I would be begging and pleading. I would be begging and pleading on your ankles gripping, saying, "Dear sweet Jesus, don't you suffer for my sake. There has to be a better way, but you knew there was no recourse, no alternative but to endure all the agony just so I could walk on your streets of gold and be made good within again." I still don't understand redemption, but I thank and praise God for His enduring mercy every day. Living every moment like it's going to be my last. The die is cast. Did I move too fast? Did I grieve too slow? Did I see every spirit but my own? When I'm long in the tooth like a saber tiger, but I'm still determined you will remain on the throne of my heart and never be undermined by doubters and haters who discharge their venom in my face. Spray it like the salty air of the sea, only mixed with acids from their tongues. You kept my feet upright when I feel like I'm on a slippery slope. You helped me not to petrify this heart that has been purified by you. Teach me what I need to avoid in order for my spirit to remain healthy and free from those things that would cause its preservation. Teach me what I need to avoid in order for my spirit to remain healthy and free from those things that would cause its preservation from devastation yet to come. For all those who succumb to the lure of the enemy and remain unrepentant in their sin, celebrating their moral failures as if they were success, let me never adopt that mindset for myself. Let me not be your enemy ever, but always your friend. You can mend my heart when it's broken. You have awakened my spirit to my constant need for you. In every passing moment, I know the child was my friend that ventured. Still you have assured them. You will never leave or forsake them, and likewise you will cause me to rise out of this. Out of this miry clay. I admire you for always making a way for me to hold my head up high, just reaching out to touch the sky. Please kill this ache inside my bones. Take away the manure inside my mind. Give me some sign of certainty that I will never be taken away in chains, that my people won't remain slaves to accursed desires forever. You have called us to be bridges between the present and the past, to make right what was made wrong. With apologies and reparations, I Lord creation magnify your nature in my life again. Let me not walk around with a whimper like a timid little puppy. Let me be able to yip happily in my master's reassuring presence. There is a reason I feel like doing the foxtrot. It's because you have blotted out my sins and given me another day of life. You allow me to breathe despite my infidelity. I aim to make things right between the two of us. I long to see you glorified throughout the heavens and the earth. My only wish is to see all these human fish in your nets. You know my regrets. I don't have to name them for you to sum them all up. I wish I could have spent all the time I wasted pursuing other things and chasing after you instead. Please forgive me for those times when I treated you as cool as a cucumber. Like I am the iceberg lettuce and you were the greengrocer, finding me cool to the touch. I was missing out on the most important meal of the day in my time with you. I stabbed my soul and wondered why eternity was depleted. Thanks for not deleting me from your Lamb's Book of Life just yet. Thanks for hanging in there with me while I got your drift that I needed to stop shifting the blame onto others and cling to you, my Lord, who loves me greater than a father or mother does their child, who loves me unconditionally, despite the many walks I take on the wild side, despite all the occasions when I break your heart. Save me from that blazing fire. You are so amazing, Messiah. The whole entire universe sings praises to your holy name. Anointed one, who took away my pain and shame. I am so glad you came to my life. You revolutionized my world. You gave me a reason to rejoice every day. Guide me to the right choice with every single one that I make. Let me take up the cross and follow you. Make those difficult choices. Risk falling out of favor and being scorned. Being accused of intolerance for the sake of my love for you. I don't go actively seeking scorn and shame. But if they come my way, I will rejoice because you bled for the sake of holiness too. They wouldn't believe that you were the Son of God, even though you pointed out your God nature through countless miracles, more than could be contained in all the books ever printed in the world. Past, present, and future. You're working your wonders. You make the thunder clap. I like to bounce around in my heavenly daddy's lap. I like to play with you, promise to always stay with you, promise to trust and obey you from now on. My vocabulary is changing. You're rearranging things for my benefit. Please keep my lips from lying. Give me the strength to keep on trying, just to do what pleases you. All I want to see is your face smiling. It doesn't matter if the world is frowning on me, 'cause your love never changes for me. You never fail to capture every detail of my life. All other loves fail in comparison to you. My truest, longest, fondest love. You give me a peace that transcends my understanding. Your love is limitless. You demand nothing of me, save my heart and soul. My life got so much easier once I decided to give you complete control. You awake the holiness in me. You are the Prince of Tranquility. You are the mighty warrior who wars over the chaos that surrounds me. You cause a bountiful harvest to be yielded from the field of souls. When I place my little hand in your big one, when I trust your judgment over my own to get the job done. Give me discernment when I can't see the wood for the trees. When it's easy to convince myself that I couldn't put a foot wrong. Let me dance in step with you again. Let me not cause your heart to become broken. I hate to cause you suffering and shame. I'll boldly proclaim your lordship everywhere I go. I can't wait till I see that glorious day when every knee bows and every tongue confesses you as Lord. You cause my icy heart to fall. You have so many wonderful things in store for me. If only I was a little more patient, I wouldn't be aching in agony right now. You are the bandage for my wounded spirit, like tiger balm for my damaged stronghold soul. Like a fish with its neck caught in the rings that come with a 6-pack of beer. Your perfect love casts all my feet, causes all my feet to disappear. You make nasty, raw, rear in gear. You make it get its nasty, rearing gear and head for the hills quick smart. How do you know just what I need before I even open up my mouth? It stuns me how you read my mind. You are the greatest treasure my heart could ever find. You do not allow your young ones to beg for bread. Thanks to you, there has always been food on my table. Your mighty provision has made sure of that. You maintain the faith for those who love so deeply. Most of the sins are few and far between. Yet they have a love for you that just melts my heart. And they have a purity of spirit that challenges me to go deeper in the things of you. Keep my eyes on you, not my circumstances. To not put my trust in my funds or finances. To convince myself that I don't need you till I get sick or run out of cash. But the truth is, in every passing moment I require you simply for my soul's sustenance. Help me not to become apathetic and self-reliant. Let me never lose my awareness of my constant need for you. Let me feed constantly on your words of truth. I have failed to communicate with you on a regular basis. I need to stop postponing our dialogues till my times of crisis. You like it when I thank you for what you do, but you also dig it when I just pour out my problems at your feet too. You don't mind if I complain all the time, but you like to hear my good news too. It's funny how we seem to save our best news. Oh. Your perfect love causes all my fear to disappear. You make it get its nasty rearing gear and head for the hills quick smart. How do you know just what I need before I even open up my mouth? It stuns me how you read my mind. You are the greatest treasure my heart could ever find. You do not allow your young ones to beg for bread. Thanks to you, there has always been food on my table. Your almighty provision has made sure of that. You maintain the faith of those who live so simply, whose possessions are few and far between, yet they have a love for you that just melts my heart, and have a purity of spirit that challenges me to go deeper in the things of you, to keep my eyes on you, not my circumstances, to not put my trust in my funds or finances. It's easy to convince myself that I don't need you till I get sick or I run out of cash, but the truth is, in every passing moment, I require you simply for my soul's sustenance. Help me not to become apathetic and self-reliant. Let me never lose my awareness of my constant need for you. Let me feed continually on your words of truth. I fail to communicate with you on a regular basis. I need to stop postponing our dialogues till my times of crisis. You like it when I thank you for what you do, but you also dig it when I just pour out my problems at your feet too. You don't mind if I complain all the time, but you like to hear my goodness too. It's funny how we seem to save our best news for our friends and our worst for Jesus. Like, why didn't you do this for me and forget to say thanks when you do. It's crazy how we got it so upside down. I don't know why I act so friendly towards you when I wouldn't even be breathing if you didn't wake me up this morning. I have to... I don't know why I don't act so friendly towards you when I wouldn't even be breathing if you didn't wake me up this morning. I have to learn how to approach you with reverence, honor you and treat you like the king I know you are. Hear the stars singing of your glory. My life story has a happy ending thanks to you. I know my soul is bound for heaven, no matter what my circumstances say. I know my future is in your hands, mighty Jesus. I know you are capable of changing my situation around. I just stay wrapped in the blanket of your peace. I stay conscious of your goodness and grace. I remain stunned by your miracle working power. You never cease to amaze me. Right now you are giving water to the dry and thirsty and causing it to recede from those areas devastated by flood. Your blood causes us to have an answer to the question of the meaning of life, for we live just to see your love spread around the world, to show them why you chose to be nailed in your hands and your feet, and wear a crown of thorns for us, so we can be reborn, no longer merely reflecting you in bodily image, but also in spirit. You create that new nature in us. You teach us what truth looks like. You show us what purest love looks like. Even when we fail to respect you, still you never neglect. To send your prophets and messengers to knock on our door, to tap on our wooden heads till the truth sinks through. You can do the impossible. Your ways do not always seem logical. Like, why would you make a donkey talk? You work in absurd ways, the opposite of sensible. I love the out-of-the-box any way you think. I love the fact you entrusted us with the responsibility of tending your garden. You are contending for us, even when we have abandoned any hope of our future looking any brighter than the dimmest witch. You can reach us even at our most stubborn and obstinate, when our ears aren't even open to your voice, when we couldn't tell the difference between a crystal ball and a godly prophecy. You mutilate that mindset that demotivates me from digging into your word and discovering for myself just how fascinating you are. Once I get to know you, I'm completely flabbergasted. How could such an awesome, holy, wondrous, incredible God love such a dirty, rotten sinner as me? It just floods my eyes with teardrops. It makes me cry a river that trickles all the way down my street. Thanks to you, my hopes and dreams are on the road to completion. You give me concrete ideas and help me flesh them out. You can be discreet or a little more obvious in your approach. Sometimes it takes a cross dripping with blood. Other times it's as subtle as the intersection of four squares, forming the tree where you made possible my soul's redemption. It could be a conversation about creation, pointing my eyes up towards the heavens, making me aware of the Holy One's presence all around us, causing me to go exploring, seeking you for spare parts you keep stored up in the heavenly realms. See the way you continually provide replacements for those who are bereaving the loss of their limbs. You wipe every tear from the eyes of those who have lost loved ones. Oh, reminding them that those they care about are safe in their hands if they believe in you. And if they don't, this may serve as just the catalyst we need to get us down on our knees seeking you. Despite our attempts to keep you out of schools and universities, somehow your truth keeps leaking on through. There is no way you can ever possibly be stopped. Nobody can stand in the way of you getting through to us. You are tremendous. The way you made this world so splendid. Help me not to just follow trends, but take every thought captive, examine carefully what you would do in my situation, and turn my heels around when I know that's not a door you would open. Give me the inner strength to leave it shut if I know in my heart deep down it's not of you. Teach me to follow the road, the moral compass you place within me. Trust and obedience are the main ingredients for a healthy relationship between us. I know you can restore that little child I once was while still being in an adult body. You can get my innocence back, even if you can't reverse the consequences of my actions. If I cause others suffering, I have to reap what I sow, but I know you will not let me go. You won't stop breathing me to life when I feel so cold and dead inside. That kid who fell in love with you and chose to step forward to the altar, though he has faltered a whole lot since then. You can bring him back into the main frame of my thinking. Never let me forget that first love experience. When I didn't take for granted that you were always going to rescue me from danger, when I felt a lot more gruesome inside it every time I broke your heart. Let me not relapse into that version of me that acted so obnoxiously, just being as bad as I possibly could. All for what? What did I ever gain by all my foolish living? But more than my fair share of doubts and misgivings about my place in your kingdom. You guide us through the wilderness with the fire of your Holy Spirit by day and the cloud of your Shekinah and Kabod glory by night. Let us keep on walking in the light all the days of our life on earth. Just like you did with Hannah giving her a baby when the other woman in the relationship was rubbing it in her face that she couldn't conceive, you gave her a far more memorable kid. If we only believe we will receive the fulfillment of all your promises, you open up the womb of the barren woman, you give her a child when she has only seen miscarriage before. It's amazing the inner strength you give some women to keep on trying when they fail to see fertility dawning upon the horizon. You are the one who gives us persistence to stick one foot in front of the other when we are weary and worn out, teary-eyed and burdened by pain and shame. You never play games with us. When you offer us your heart, it's for keeps. You don't just pull it back on a string, on a whim if we fail to submit every detail of our day to your questioning gaze. You blaze the trail for us. To meet you beyond the grave. You slay us in your spirit. Prove you move the same yesterday, today, and forever, countless times. I'm not planning to take any moment for granted anymore. Instead, I plan to see every day as a blessing from the Lord. I know it's not easy to convince the world that you are the one they should follow. Even with all your miracles, your disciples didn't entirely swallow the truth of your divinity, hook, line, and sinker, until your death and resurrection. It's hard to convince people that you're real until they experience you for themselves. We are more blessed who have not touched you, smelt you, seen you, or heard you, and yet believe in you. 'Cause how would we still be breathing without you? This world is too complex by far to have just occurred by accident. You stir up passionate sentiment in me, cause the tiny seeds to rise up from the sediment. Your parables are sometimes like cryptic crosswords. We have to read between the lines, look for the lesson hidden inside the story, lying just beneath the surface. These fables are designed to mock out the stables of our minds, to teach us love and forgiveness, how to live out our faith and not just keep it in a church-shaped box. You hold the world in the palm of your hand. You understand me even when to the rest of the world I just sound like gibberish. I am nothing to them but static and white noise, stubbornly pleasing to their eardrums. You have an amazing way of blazing trails for us. See how the comets, asteroids, and supernovas glorify you in their spraying path. You gave the skunk its self-defense. You saved us from that heat so intense. We couldn't barely breathe, suffocating, dying for a glass of water, but not even one drop could we give him. Passed over from Lazarus to the rich man from Abraham's bosom. I don't see this as a mere parable, more of a window to another world, one which I never hope to visit in a month for Sundays. My happiness isn't hiding just around the corner. It's always and forever found in you. I get unbound by you. I find the meaning I've been looking for all life long. You are more than a guru to me. You are life-sustaining, more than a swami or a sadhu. The author of all wisdom, the ultimate source for all inspiration is you, the divine source of all hope and prosperity. We cannot thrive unless we keep your love alive inside our hearts, blazing bright. It's more than words, I seriously do love you. I see the clouds soaring above me, wondering if you filled them up with raindrops in your celestial watering can just for me. Did you know I was going to need a cool shower today to wash away all this scrubbing that keeps on antagonizing me? I'm recognizing you moving behind the scenes. You hide yourself behind the beyond the curtains of creation. You were such a sensation. There's no manipulation with you. Always you beckon us to come willingly to your arms or not at all. I didn't see the worth in you until I had almost completely disconnected myself from you. Then I realized before it was almost too late that you are the reason food gets from the earth and winds up on my plate. For it is you who provides the sun, rain, and wind. You make the soil rich and cause enough of our crops not to get blocked by unwelcome seedlings that they fail to yield a harvest. It's a truly wondrous mind that can inspire in a mere moment. It's a little glimpse of heaven when I see your nature displayed in a woman. Kindness, care, and compassion. A trendsetter, not a slave to fashion. You tell us we don't have to walk alone. Your love is sweeter than an ice cream cone. Why does almost everyone keep the factory set ringtone? Too lazy to change it or wrap their head around the technological skills required for a basic operating procedure. I wish I didn't have all these apps and gizmos I barely even need, which just drains my bank account because I keep turning them on by accident. Can we make it through the night? I will hold my pillow tight, dreaming of someone to just chill with under the weeping willow. I know you could do that for me. You can keep a premature apocalypse-like scenario away from my door. While I get my life together, while I get my head together, while I try to sort out where everything fits now. There's a cataclysmic event that happens to prevent me from having the regulatory amount of appetite movement required to acquire the fire within my bones to carry on inquiring into the welfare of my fair lady. You declare your favor over her life. You keep her walking in the sun with her chin tipped towards the direction you reside in. She could be an ideological horticulturalist. You plant the seed of an idea in me that maybe she's the one for me, or perhaps just a loyal friend who never leaves my side. Especially when I'm worn out with worry, when I can't seem to make a move without these memories haunting me like ghosts. But yesterday's paper was meant to be trashed. We aren't supposed to spend our whole lives living in the past, unless we are dwelling in the land of pleasant memories, when all I have of somebody is an instant frozen in time. When most of what occurred between us happened when our faces were hidden behind the screen. It became easy to deceive myself we were far more intimate than we actually were. Perhaps you wanted me to make a commitment to her. Further down the road, when we don't need to keep our torches in our pockets, when we can let love light shine bright with impunity, never feeling the impact on our community. I can see the sacred flame has not yet burned out the eyes of the one who chases away all my trepidation and ambiguity. I stood around and waited for you, to restore what the locust had eaten, to reaffirm your promised pledge to stay with me when there was room. Remember when it was more of a novelty to have an alternative voice at the academy. Now dissent seems to have become normality, and you were hard-pressed to find that the voice of reason. Flourishing anywhere amongst that bunch. Not all intellectuals are ne'er-do-wells, but too many claim to be experts in fields they are clearly ignorant about, and nobody bothers to question these foolish aspersions. Too many versions of the truth isn't any good for anyone. See me bargaining with you again, hoping that I am capable of recognizing that other half of my heart when I catch her treading on my path. Maybe she is on the other side of the world. Maybe she hasn't been born yet. Maybe I'm more used to her as a friend. And it's a struggle to convince her otherwise, that we might be suited to each other, if only she was willing to take the plunge with me. I know the risks involved. See how the world revolves. I don't need any more recipes for disaster management. I can see anguish whirling within disturbed minds. If it takes me the rest of my life, I am going to try and right my wrongs. I will chase this dragon back into its cave and lock it up for good with your incredible help. It doesn't make life easy for people like me. When the media points out a potential murderer has mental health issues, as if I need another reason to hide from this planet. As if you could do anything for me other than everything. I can tell the anger I inspire isn't healthy for me to be around. Getting ground like coffee beans. Running aground on a deserted island. Imagine keeping warm with my lady love. Starting a fire. Down by the beach. Grab your instruments. Let's boogie till the sun peeks through those clouds. It's hard to convince a woman that you plan on sticking around for the long haul. It takes a lot of convincing to persuade her you're not dashing off anywhere soon. Keep it low key. Please don't act like you don't even know me. If you say depart from me, I never knew you, that would be absolutely devastating. Worse than not caring one way or well, not many can do. Oh. Please don't act like you don't even know me. If you say depart from me, I never knew you, that would be absolutely devastating. Worse than not caring one way or the other. How is it possible to deny the existence of love and keep a straight face? Now the gates are closing up on me. All they gave me was a paper bag with a tiny bit of money in it. If I had some time to contemplate the meaningful, significant things. I had just enough of a window of opportunity to reconsider just about every move I ever made. I know it can't be a mistake if I meet a woman who shakes my ideas up, who causes me to rethink everything I thought I knew about the world. I thought the only kind of conviction I would ever face was the kind that comes from you or from the human race. When I realized my need for drastic spiritual change, instead of shutting you out of my heart, I'm letting you in instead. 'Cause I want all this trauma to simply call it quits. I can't stand the thought that maybe I might miss out on my ticket to ride the Holy Ghost train. Dealing with all this stress and strain, struggling to explain why the world refuses to do your bidding. It's 'cause you weren't kidding about giving us free will, letting us make our own snake pit bed. If that's what our heart desires, you will never push your agenda down our throats. Gently remind me of what is truly important in life. The world won't find me, but I will always be immediately located by your holy eyes. I wrestle internally with the double standards of society. I start to think that maybe there's a place for me beyond this galaxy where we are not beholden to the rules of society. Some were meant to be bent and broken like when slavery was still legit, legal. Others are better off kept the way they are, like child labor laws. Just a pitiful pit stop en route to paradise. My keenness and eagerness became too much for me. There's a spate of creepy crawlies rushing round the suburbs and desert lands. You can't drink milk while you sleep. Least of all, make it come out of your nose simultaneously. Do you like to blow bubbles in your cup before you sip the last drop, then lick it up? If I knew you earlier in life, you could claim it's puppy love. Right now I'm just counting down the days, see how quickly they become years when you're busy, deeply involved in solving the problem of what to do with the next 24 hours. While I continue to fester in these sweet-smelling boondocks, not every woman was made to nurse, but some seem to have a penchant for it, as well as cooking the most delicious, delectable meals. I wouldn't say a female's bliss is so stitching slavery over a hot stove, but if it's my turn, then we order takeout every night. Till we get broke or one of my fingers gets spread, whichever comes first. Picturing domestic bliss with you. If only I didn't have kissed the world goodbye first. You're not a shy girl. Just tell me why, girl. You want to fly, girl. Do you want this guy, girl? Money can't buy your heart for sure, girl. Like to lie on the beach and fry with you, girl. Like an egg in a pan. Do whatever you can. With contentment, you always make me sigh, girl. Only tricking myself that you, whatever my girl. Feelings are easy to suppress and deny, girl. Looking at me with a wry smile. How can we chew a little bread as in the right kind, girl? Do you think my mind is sneaky or sly, girl? We could establish soul ties, girl. Forget about the hows and whys, girl. 'Cause we can make it work if we both possess the patience to keep that candle burning. Learning how to be sensitive to each other's feelings. You know too much, but that doesn't mean I have to kill you, 'cause I know you are always worthy of my trust. I treat you like a priest with my secrets. Yeah, I don't crush on the priest like I do you, and I don't make them blush with embarrassment either. I admire your boldness. I dig on your gutsiness. I may push you further than you're willing to go. I'm sorry for that. I'll keep you on your toes. I've seen rainbows before, even double bows, and none of them were as magical and wonderful as your eyes. I think I just might explode with love tonight. I can't hold back any longer. My desire for you is growing oh so much stronger. You can teach me how to make your love last forever, 'cause I feel like I'm a little rusty when it comes to relationships. I don't just love you 'cause you're busty, hun, you're just what I need to chase those blues away until my dying day, yes indeed. Why would I want to pay attention to anyone else but you now? I wish it didn't bring me to the edge of myself just to get the revelation. I should have sold all my possessions just to give you whatever you wanted in your treasure room. I dig the thought of kicking it with you. Even if it seems like it's going to take me half a lifetime for me to be able to hang out with you, it's worth waiting for your availability. I want to be the Jesus to you that you don't know how to be for yourself. I want to teach you how to love yourself and never have to rely on anyone else. I know you got the truth already. You don't need me to remind you of what is already familiar data. Must be spinning around your head in a constant loop a million times before or more. Hey, my love, do you like my darling? I dig it when our ears are entwined, our fingers are entwined. My heart beats faster when you're in its vicinity. You stop my masculinity from wasting away unused on worry. You came along with me, your humdinger of a heart grabber. All it took was one little cheeky grin upon me. And now it's dead to the rest of the world ever since. Only you were alive to me, the rest of the world was a ghost. Only you stuck the vibe in me. Quizzing my shorty blue, the one I truly love the most. It's a good thing we got so much distance between us, 'cause it makes it easier for me to maintain my self-control. I wasn't planning on ruining your life anytime soon. I just wanted to watch a meal with you. Taste your honey, sweet kisses and lampoons. All the Hollywood and musical heroes we know. While we played with balloons, making them squeak real loud and annoying me. Waking up to the thought of losing you was totally destroying me. Maybe I deserve to get wrecked, 'cause the way I flex. Just 'cause it's me the one to make more bottles of ginger ale. Keep my revelations from going stale, like moldy bread. We could be a good fit together like spade and pail. When I get scared, my face goes pale. Why does a sheet of toilet paper drip across the toilet in your mailbox? I feel lost. God help. Green. Oh, just the way I flex just causes me to want to make more bottles of ginger ale. Keep my revelation from going stale, like moldy bread. We could be a good fit together like spade and pail. When I get scared, my face goes pale. Why does a sheet of toilet paper drift across your mailbox? I feel lost, but God helps bring back the balance to my spirit. Though I act like a trick, I know we used to been through the yet. Though I'm still attempting to figure out whether my opportunities are diminishing or potentially expanding. Still, I know all that really matters is that I have a perfect life waiting for me beyond my last horizon. I believe in miracles because I met you. We had to sweat it out, play that waiting game. So glad you came around. Aroused by the thought of you browsing at the most. Wish there was a shelf so you could brush your fingers against me, ever so casually, like you're running through your hair. I'm all about your brains, not just your derriere. I do declare you were sweeter than chocolate eclair, Miss Finn. What you beware, Margaret. When my feelings are caught up with what society is permissible. We got eternally connected like the numbers 1 and 0 indivisible. I don't want to limit your potential for growth for amazing. You could be a superstar poet while I help promote your career rocket. Blast off into the stratosphere. If you can run around with a conscience that's clear. But then you're doing yourself a favor. Please don't lose your salty like flavor. Out of all the girls in the world, you're my favorite. Wanna ride on this gravy train with me? We can see where the journey takes us. We can make a few transitions in the journey of our love life. See a few changes happening and try to put our fingers on it. But you gotta be stuck inside your bonnet. I was never intending to pull a con job on you. I seriously suck at getting things to you in time, don't I? By the time I've got myself together and said to you, whoever is your current musical crush, you'll probably have moved on and found another one. That's just like I am. Kick out the Jansenry. Don't let that steel cage door stand on me. Life is pointless if you're not with me. Maybe next time we can get it right. Please don't switch out the lights on me. You know I'm fighting just to stay awake most of these days. I don't have your youthful energy. Is that what attracts me to you? Is it your boisterousness, your charming personality? The fact that your tone can be so vicious, wrote with such a honey dripper. Your unpredictable nature. The fact that I don't always know what I'm getting with you. Cause darling, your first surprises. You know I search for you under my eyelids, but I can't find you in my dreams just yet. Is that perhaps telling me something? Unless you share a memory, as almost grown up, there's no way that fantasy can ever become reality. Baby, there's more to the two of us in BTR. Baby, there's less. All I know is you look good in that dress, and without your company, my life would be a total mess. So help me out when this doubt plagues my system, when I feel like my brain is dripping down the system, when I scream out loud but nobody dares to get or listen, when my sweat just glistens in the sunshine and there's no one around. The feed be great, so wipe it up my brow when the feed's up. Wonder how you look if you have bread up. I think you with those reggae vibes, you know you could be my yachty for life. If I'm a little hard of hearing, please just speak a little louder. Hope you don't get offended having to strain and make an extra effort to explain yourself. With all this youthful terminology you're using, it's like you're speaking a different language even when we're talking in the same one. You slay me with laughter, you kill me with jokes, you leave me lying sprawled on the floor with bits of giggles. There is a stigma attached to certain kinds of relationships. There is the assumption of forced interaction against someone else makes me want to swerve. When I see those kinds of people coming in my direction, I know if you wanted to go, you would have left already. So glad we can still rock steady together to this funky beat. I will deliver the goods for you. Rain, hail, snow, or sleet. You can hear the sheep bleat on the hill somewhere. Watch carefully as the kangaroos encircle the air. All your life, your head has been filled with adventure of tropical destinations, both near and far. You got to explore your wild side, hanging on the outside of that boat. Would you like to float down the river with me? Together, lying on our backs, holding hands, we gently drift over the waterfall before plummeting into a screaming drop. Before we halt entirely, just to temporarily appreciate this natural God-crafted beauty, which I see in you in the rainforest too. Hope you did it up to shoot on through. I remember how you tricked me with lyrics I thought you wrote yourself, cause I wasn't too familiar with your papyrus. You're so bold and fearless, the complete opposite of me. You helped me step outside the shadows. You kept me bouncing down the house like a bungee cord with a fully grown human attached, dangling over the edge of the cliff. Did I just find my perfect match? Was she hiding in my cabbage patch? Was she riding on a unicorn? Were we born for this magic moment? What some people don't get is I'm not trying to rush you into anything. I don't want to stir up or awaken love until it pleases. I want you to gradually ease into this. Could you get used to the idea of the two of us being together? God will keep us safe under his feathers, and cause I love to thrive no matter what the weather. I'm one of those people who gives in to his delusions too easily. I should know when I've been had. Feeling tricked like a rabbit just got pulled out of a hat. A long handkerchief kept on coming out of the magician's pocket, containing a wide variety of colors. A pigeon went flying out from under his coat. A woman was placed in a box which was sliced first, then in the middle. Later she was up and down, sprinting circles around the billy goat. It's a challenge to promote my love for you in a totally fresh way. To give you something that you never heard before. The best I can settle for is to try my best to be original. Smash me in the glass door, getting master all over the grass floor. You know I love you flaws and no. Actually, it's your cutting edge attitude that is so attractive to me. How you were born and proud, seeing stand up for your friends. When they get picked on, it's definitely your buzz cute. When you're about to pass somebody, then suddenly you get sick, huh? When it comes to brains, I've got a thick one. Wish I could know what makes you tick, huh? You're not gonna avoid making you upset. You have to be specific and spell it out for me, cause I certainly ain't a mind reader. My precious pet. Love the way we connect on and off the internet. How can it slip a counterfeit? When it feels so real to me. I know what we've got will last in eternity. It takes a whole lot of convincing to dislodge you from the rulership of my heart. I won't let anyone persuade me that there is any alternative to you available to love passionately. When the pressure is on, don't get caught by the enemy. You're my cherry blossom, you're my fragrant bloom, you're the sweetest smelling perfume, you're everything I want in this world, that you are forbidden to me. Hands off, they say, off limits, keep your distance. You're my beautiful thing, you're the flowers blooming in the month of May, you're the one for I cannot take away with drugs and alcohol, self-induced concussion by banging my head against a brick wall, hypnosis, electric shock therapy, or by any other means beyond my capacity to imagine. If this is a dream, I don't ever want to wake up. Please don't preach me, mom and dad, or put that wet flannel over my sleepy head again. Little bird outside my window, please don't let her repeat. If she isn't gonna be the one for me, let me drift off into the delirium. Let me find my comfort in the loss of consciousness. Does this fear fade away with the passing of days? Does it get any easier with time? Stop yanking my chain if you don't wanna have anything to do with me. Just be honest. I'm a big boy, I can take it. Even though secretly I will be weeping behind closed doors, my tough exterior hides itself to side. You don't often get to see for fear you might not understand where I'm coming from. I never wanted to be that kind of guy that would allow myself to corrupt the innocence of childhood. If only I had nipped that foot in the bud before jumping in and came out of my mouth and fingers in the form of gifts and unwanted compliments. I know I acted like a kid. I'll have to call it quits. It's time to do the banana splits and get out of here ASAP. Can I be something other than who I am right now? Can I close my eyes and just pretend for a minute? And just play pretend for a minute like I never said that I never tapped that. Am I too far gone? Never crossed so many lines that I'm beyond redemption. I know that's not true, but I wrestle with the concept of embracing God's grace and still living with the guilt that comes as a consequence of my actions. I'm a mess, I'm barely hanging on. I don't think I can face the world with this news. It's not like there would be anyone willing to take my side who was being down that same road, and still emerge with the eyes fixed on Christ. Believe it or not, I am a Christian, even though I don't always act like I've got Christ living in me. It's not just a gimmick to me. This cross around my neck isn't just a fashion statement to me. It's an outward expression of an internal reality. Jesus Christ within my being. That I know way I'm seeing the world. That doesn't mean I can't make mistakes. That's part of the problem I'm wrestling with right now, needing to take a deep breath and let it all out. Brainstorming how to articulate my pain in a way that the whole world can relate to. Not wanting to make my struggle sound acceptable by proxy, by default. Not attempting to relativize and justify my actions inside of eternity. Will I ever be released from my burdens? My heart is heavy with sadness. Only the Lord can find a cure for my mind. It feels at times like something is taking over my mind and causing me to act in a way contrary to my character. I used to be that happy, smiley kid, laughing along with everybody who cracks jokes. I didn't always contemplate that I might be agreeing with a point of view opposite to holiness. My resolve to carry on is crumbling. Storming through the motions fill my belly when it's rumbling, but I take no pleasure in it. Just do what it takes to get through the day. Did I forget I could pray away that storm? Are we going to be ready for Christ's return? Will we be caught indulging in the pleasures of sin, or will we be doing something to exalt and glorify Him? like sharing your lunch with a friend, or better yet, your worst enemy. What one country has an abundance in another is found to be a scarcity or a rarity, so the value goes up by its exoticness. Takes the people who are plenty for granted, not seeing the worth or the merit in what they have so much of they can afford to waste it. I tip it down the plug hole, I toss it in the sandbox. Should I chop off my hands if they cause me the sin when they can also be used for divine purposes? I am challenged by Jehovah not to use them illicitly. I am complicit in the decomposition of my heaven-sent personality. Now, desperately need to know why it is I can't let go. What I was chasing after all along. I need to figure it out for myself. I know you made a promise to me that you'd have a perfect angel waiting for me if I just held on. For your perfect time, I can't deal with the hard street of long-distance relationships. I need somebody local. It's way too easy to take someone for granted. You can't see them every day. I don't expect anybody in the world to understand what I'm going through right now. How I could allow myself to stoop so low that I would take a shot at the heart of one so fragile and precious with my love bullet. I don't plan on sticking one from my own head, 'cause I know you're not finished with me yet. Even though I often doubt the significance of my life in the scheme of things, I know I was meant for more than disturbing minds and breaking hearts. That's just the devil's plan for me, it was never yours. By your great mercy, you keep me going. You keep me on the right side of the law, both of the land and the one that you create. Technology can cause me to drift far away from holiness, so pulling closer to my heart that I'll play more of a part in helping to build your kingdom or destroy it. People love to push me down, very far under the ground, make me feel like a miserable worm. Watch me wiggle and squirm at the end of the hook. Am I protected from affiliation with jailbirds by denying access to my location? Thinking about going completely off the grid to save my soul. I never used to watch the window so intensely, did I used to be so absorbed with my very small and large-sized screens that I had no time for literary pursuits or stimulating my intellectual or spiritual sides. It says that you are mutually inclusive. If you pick a woman, you should date her exclusively. So maybe there will be people watching my movements now. I don't think like my sister. Only other people unlike online I've actually met offline. Maybe I should have thought differently. But I have a heart big enough to embrace the whole world. It's not a crime. But it brings me more than my fair share of slime as well as treasure. With the images people present of themselves to the world. Some of them present overtly sexual images. Some of them play with fire, then bat their eyes and look innocent and puppy dog like as if they don't know what they're doing. They don't think they should be more careful because of the kind of attention they are attracting. I wonder if I was set up for a sleep. This sort of thing has happened before, which should have made me more cautious. But I thought it would never happen to me, and I just did the illusion of untouchability. I no longer live under such clouds of illusion. Now every moment with my loved ones is made more precious by its possible finite nature. If the moment is ever possible. But it is only in a time of distress like this that it becomes more apparent to me. I've got to get the abhorrent out of my nature. Stop doing and thinking what is an abomination in your sight. I have this problem of always wanting to be over the next hill rather than enjoying the one I'm on right now. I hope I wasn't the cause for that delay. I hope there's a better way to say exactly what is on my mind today. I wouldn't be so much on edge if I could tell the difference between the silence for emergency services. There was not a big enough rock under which to hide me. I would prefer the lion's den than a night in the pig's pen. Locked up with all these other dozy-eyed roosters missing my head. That's how this problem began. I should have ran when I saw Miss Troublesome Kitty Cat coming in my direction. So you give me a little bit of attention. I should have dissected it for what it was. Just taking a compliment and being done with it. I was a fool to dwell on it. Let it simmer and brew inside my head. Let it take over my soul and mess with my mind. Instead of leaving it behind. Like yesterday's life no longer owns mine. Does this out of control kid constant round the clock supervision to keep him out of the way of causing harm to himself and others? Should he be stuck in a padded room? That's just what the devil wants from me. Not what my God wants me to be. People may question who exactly is my deity. judging me by my actions and writing me up completely. But I know you don't think of me that way. You see the potential for redemption in me. You see the love that you placed in my heart. You saw something worth dying for in me. It kills me that I disappointed you. That I caused anyone to feel uncomfortable. That I made somebody scared just in case I was going to bug and bother them again. Is it a case of people not being able to wrap their heads around blocking technology? Are these young things so addicted to seeking attention that they will do anything to get it, including completely debasing themselves in front of perfect strangers? In God's eyes, there's no difference between me and the patron of another video show. It's a joke that they call material for such immature minds. Adult. I guess perversity is out of fashion as a label. You wouldn't attract as many people to a shop called Sick and Twisted Individuals. My behavior doesn't make me an illegitimate child. It doesn't make me want to copulate. It's a stereotype that frustrates me. People only see in you what they want to see. You can embrace both the hero and the villain, the monster and the killer, with the Peter Pan complex you never truly grew up in me. And you can say you truly love me. But if you cannot fully understand, you are not obliged in any way, shape, or form to stick around and conform to my expectations of you. Ever since you decided to extend the hand of friendship, I pick up on little things that give me strength and inspiration. I got invited to provide a little of my own. It felt good to be asked instead of fighting to push my way forward. My way forward, it wasn't always like that. I've had times when it was easy, times when it was hard. That's life, I'm not complete. They tell me you've got to seize your opportunities, but I prefer to only give someone something if I know that it's going to get a warm reception. I guess you could call me chicken latte. Where is the common sense when I'm on the internet? Does it just desert me as soon as I turn on my computer or switch off my conscience? Does it have to be like that? Do I have to live this double life? Can I be one single person the same all the time everywhere I go? In whatever domain, virtual or otherwise. I don't need to take part in the masquerade of avatars. People are often more comfortable living behind somebody else's identity rather than embracing their own. The best thing you can possibly do with yourself. Strategies with your wits, with your woes and complaints. Live like a saint as best you can, but don't give up on God. Act like garbage in the can. We all have the potential for trash and treasure in us. It's what we choose to dwell on that inevitably makes or breaks us. I need to wake up and praise my maker every morning when the sun is shining and the brand new day is dawning. I see my lawn is freshly clipped, spread out like with mulch made of wood chip. Check your conscience from the second you open up your soul windows before you dash your hopes and dash it open on the rocks. Remembering that old song about getting rid of a fly that's bothering you, sung to us by our kindergarten teacher, back before I even knew how to type, yet alone had an internet connection. When the world was so much more simple and far less troublesome, I longed to return to that innocent place. When I wasn't always looking over my shoulder wondering who might be out to get me. I can't let this paranoia take me over inside. I remember brightly coloured coat racks sewn by us and decorated with the images of animals or cartoon characters. I remember the spider named Incy Wincy, who showed up in her song. How we had a pet rabbit, which we used to feed carrots, shoving them through the bars of its cage. Our teacher had cold sores. He talked about putting cream on them for treatment and told us they were something like ulcers, which I developed in later years. She said she was given the wrong treatment for her needs. I didn't know back then that ulcers were related to stress. I thought she was talking about coleslaw instead. I misunderstood her. I heard her wrong. I do that to people a lot, but I've had my hearing tested. There's nothing wrong with it as far as I know. Although I've been to plenty gospel and rock and roll concerts, which might have something to do with the fact that I struggle sometimes to comprehend what people are saying. Spending far too long in the nosebleed section up in the front row, and was susceptible to getting that incessant ringing in my ears, like my drama and Christian studies teacher said he had to suffer as a result from his addiction to the marvels of one particular electric light orchestra. His family somehow merged by law with my geography teacher, who was my geography teacher no longer when our school dropped his subject from our curriculum. They later took it up after I had the chance to pick it up again. I used to use those maps with bumpy bits to show where the mountains were located. In an area of the world I only ever had to use a map to get around locally until I traversed the land of the long white cloud. Otherwise I had no need of them. Going around everywhere with somebody else until wherever the wind happened to blow me, wherever God chose to plant me, however temporarily. On this planet I am lonely until I remember who is my friend who sticks closer than a brother, who never leaves me even when I forget the benefits of being in a close relationship with him. Even when I know my conscience and ignore his clear-cut warning, I'm not going to pretend I have all the answers. But I know who is the one capable of supplying the solution to any queries that may occur inside that inquiring mind of yours. There is no puzzle too difficult for him to solve. The world revolves around him. Our problems dissolve when we concentrate on him. We no longer have the ability to maintain a stranglehold of our hearts and souls. There is a gain and a loss that comes in maturity. There is a certainty I lack about my future, besides the confidence I have that you will take me up in angel's arms. When this life is over, you have kept me safe from harm thus far. I haven't broken any bones in my body because your angels were protecting me. You have never allowed anyone to do anything to my body that I didn't permit them to do. Besides that one time, and I don't blame you. Because I heard your warning signals and I always aim to be above reproach. I don't think it's fair for sin to go unpunished, but your grace was never fair, or the justice which our actions deserve was it. You vindicate me in the eyes of my accusers in your presence. You told me don't allow your mind to dwell in the darkness, just come into my glorious light. In you I am victorious, in you I have true life. That new life, that insight I need to help me with my journey. That love you give that is forever living inside of me. I wish I could see the only reason I get the shakes because I'm drinking for coffee. Or simply because I didn't get the fries instead. My eyes are less weary if I get a decent amount of sleep the night before. I often forget what that is. To provide my body with the necessary sustenance. We need to recharge its batteries, to allow God to rejuvenate me, and minister to me in my sleep. He speaks to me softly, gently and tenderly, encourages me not to give up on myself completely, just to give up on my selfishness and choose his lifestyle of selflessness, completely surrendering its sport and taking it captive before your cross, only desiring to do what is pleasing in your eyes and nothing else. Let the liar, the murderer, and the thief not claim me as his own. Let me be your child from now on until your kingdom comes. I don't expect to accomplish much today, but if I manage to dodge the bullets of the evil one for even one moment, then that's a huge achievement, only possible through your efforts on my behalf. Had my friends been alerted to any reasons for them to be suspicious about me, do they know my vicious side? Do they know the guilt that gnaws at my insides? Take me over, Jehovah. Completely saturate my soul. Consume me with your holy fire. Bring out the gold in me when I feel like there's only more than me. Let me always treat me warmly but calmly. Let me approach the mission you to me boldly. To be willing to go where others have not tread. To step into the dark, gloomy world and pull these struggling souls, kicking and screaming into the light. There will always be people talking bad things about me, but whether they talk positive or negative, all I should focus on is your opinion of me. What you know I am, what I wish I knew about me all along, that no matter how many times I fall, I can always get back up again. You can push me forward into the crowd, help me face them and conquer those giants of lust and fear that threaten to kill the dear, tender, sweet relationship I have with you. I am feeling a little more hopeful every day thanks to you. I have something to live for. I have a hope in the future, because you gave them to me when you bore those nails and wore those scars and thorny crown on that holy tree, so I might be made holy completely, receiving my robes of righteousness and a blessed wreath of glory. The story of my life is made beautiful because of you. I know I have had plenty moments of ugliness. I have let chaos and confusion pull me over the edge. I have more inspiration now than I could ever possibly desire in one lifetime. I am simply trying to figure out inside my head how I managed to reach this moment of clarity, fully aware of who I am and
After all the dabbling around in it, the octopus defense mechanism like darkness, I do. At last I find you. When I have grappled to claw my way out the well of despair, where I was covered in slime, going out in my mind, wondering when I would ever find peace inside my head. Then you came along and caused me to remember the time the reason you rose from the dead. So work on my heart, Lord, let it be an imitation of yours. I used to care about defeating people in rap battles. Now that no longer holds any interest in me. Even though I've never seriously faced any contenders who were willing to beat me. That doesn't mean they lack the capacity. I used to flow with a lot more confidence and competence than I do these days. I had skills, if not any swagger, machismo, or charisma. I could hold my own on the microphone so long as I gave glory to the one who took my flesh and bones, pulled them out the valley of the shadow of death and breathed them back to life. The most depraved individuals are not often the ones that appear to be the most sinister in public. I think most people know that most of these studio gangsters and gothic horror stories play up to the image the media creates for them, thriving on spectacle and shock value, always having to be more disturbed and controversial. I thank you that I don't have to experience that kind of pressure. All that is required of me is simply to revel in your presence, tell the truth and tame the devil, make you pop on a higher level, and bathe in your love because you're so incredible, basking in the warm glow of your radiance, dancing in the light of the sun you provide to work in conjunction with the leaves of the trees to make it possible for us to breathe. With you given or iron lungs, all of the things I need in this life have been given to me by you. I thank you for every day you enable me to make it through, outside of chains beyond the confines of a paddy wagon, with fun and games in the world of movies, where we were about to be liberated by a man just like a bat, but you always far more powerful than any Cape Crusader. You don't need to swing from any webs or cables in order to be able to fly through the air if you want to. Wish I could have been there watching as you rose up to your father, nature, in heaven. I was created to adore you and lay my life down before you. I wish my current troubles were as simple as trying to figure out schedules and bus timetables, getting off at the right stop and being able to find my way back to where I am currently situated, located in the palm of your hand, anywhere I travel on this planet. You have redeemed my life from a snake pit, so I never ever want to go back to it. I don't want to be so consumed by the things of the world that I allow it to steal my attention away from you. I know I can be hateful and hurtful with my words, so help me to be only loving and useful instead. I used to be a lot more careful about what I allowed to venture beyond the gate of my lips. I know I should have guarded my heart way more carefully, like my friend expected to be treated, or like my friend once advised me. I know you have given me the ability to relate to people in the right way, to treat them how I want to be treated and better than I have often expected to be treated. Do I expect to be hurt and disappointed? Is that what makes me not want to bother even trying? Still, you have accomplished miracles in my life before and you can do it all over again. How can such a good thing be turned into a bad thing? And how can it be turned back again from a bad thing into a good thing? You know the way I have an insatiable appetite for connecting with people, even though I'm not always capable of conversing with them, without erupting into arguments when we have a difference of opinion. I can't always just let it slide and let it go, and I don't think you would want me to either. If I am truly your holy ambassador, I want to be rolling with your holiness more than just name only. This church is so much more to me than just a club where we go to sing songs and hang on Sundays. It's a place where our spirits get renewed and refreshed. It is more than just one physical location anyway. It's the people of God. It's a blessed body of believers, a priesthood of people sold out completely for you, totally devoted to you, in every area or aspect of their lives, aware of your constant presence guiding us, just like you did for Moses with the fire by day and the cloud by night. You comfort me in my times of fright. When I want to take flight from the world around me, you shelter me with your hands of protection. Place them around my mind and purge me from all uncleanness and impurity. You tell me it has no place in me. For I am your child now, I am your beloved one, and you wave your loving banner over me. You change my mannerisms and personality to reflect your character completely. Peace out.